And during the funeral, I did ask her, like, did you manage to get some sleep? Did you manage to eat? And she said, Angeli, I'm so bogged down with the logistics, running around, taking care of mom, being the communicator, the link between the mom and the family members, that she said, I haven't even sort of sit down and really absorb this. Yeah, so you hear stories like that, and then of course, when we were being appointed to take care of one of the COVID case, because of the COVID, there's also restrictions. So some people ask me, what's the difference between having a COVID or a COVID suspect? How do you take care of them? Generally, what happened is they will be in a double bag, and then in the mortuary, they will be encoffined and they will be sealed. What happened is after you're encoffined and sealed, you have to disinfect the casket. A lot of family members will usually choose a straight cremation or maybe one day funeral, but the government has given the instruction that you can hold a wake up to 3 days. For this particular family, when I hear it, it was really upsetting for her, because the fact that they all have to serve quarantine order, right? Because they were so close to him during the time, and I think from the time when they discovered he has COVID to the time when he passed, it was a very short frame of time. When I speak to the family, I felt the pain, the pain they have in their heart, because they actually told me that they couldn't visit him, and what happened is at the mortuary, they are able to see their loved ones for one more time, but imagine seeing but not touching. So it's actually through a window panel, right? And the departed is actually lying there, where they actually zip down to the face, and then they could only see through a window panel. Wow. So, I had a long chat with her, and I asked her how she's coping. And it's just very sad to hear that you can hear there's so many unresolved grief. And what I keep getting from her was like, why did it happen to him? How did he get it? How did he get it? Because, this sort of reminded me of a story that I heard where the man was on his last breath, and all they could was to, a very kind nurse said, your dad is really, he's not doing well, he's not looking good. So I'm going to put him on the phone, and then so that you can speak to your dad the whole time. So she was on the phone the whole time with the father, and she actually hear her father take his last breath. Not see him, but to hear the father take his last breath. That's very, very sad. That's very... because of the COVID-19, the circuit breaker, you do see a lot of family members have sort of changed the way they have initially wanted the funeral to be. I'll give you an example. Like there was a family that I met in February. I remember February because it was Valentine's Day, and one of my staff, actually the one that I brought together to make the funeral arrangement, he took a picture, sent it to the group chat and said that, oh, I'm spending Valentine's Day with my boss, We met the family, and the family said to us that Dad wanted to have a very grand funeral. So Pa is a very notable guy, and he wanted, a grand farewell for himself. And he has repeatedly told his son that this is what I want. I want all my friends to come, or everyone to, be part of this farewell that he intended. So and also this gentleman, he's a foodie. So he actually planned, the son actually planned and said, okay, I want like all the food stores, So we were initially planning to have food stores like rojak, laksa, mee siam, your lontong, popiah, all the yummy food, that he loved. And the family even asked me, hey, 可以放烧猪吗? Roasted pig. I said, yes, whatever you would like. And since this is his favorite dish. So that was something that we planned in February. But when he passed away in March, that was when the new measures came out, where they only restrict 10 people at any one point. And because of that, the family has completely changed the instruction that was given to them by the father. I remember, the son gave his eulogy, and at the end of the eulogy, he talked about how great his dad, what sort of difference and impact he has made to his family and also to the society. And the last part, when he actually, and I was also taken aback, and was when he apologized to his father. And he apologized to him. He said because he was not able to fulfill his wishes, which is to have a grand funeral because of this virus right now. And he asked for forgiveness from the father. So there's this this sort of disparity in terms of how they wanted to do it but they couldn't, and because of this current situation. And this is very common lately, that I keep hearing family members who apologize to their loved ones for not being there. So if there's no COVID, if there's no lockdown, family members would have taken a plane and come back for the funeral wake. We do see there's a bit of a disenfranchised grief going on. The other day, where we had a family member who shared with me that mom has been in the hospice for quite a while, for a few months. In fact, she has made her plan with us 1 year ago for her mother. And again, this is another family who wanted to be at the parlour, a very big parlour that accommodates 200 pax. But again, it was shrunk to showers of love, and then shrunk to only 2 days. And she actually kept a very tight schedule of which family comes during what time for this hour, and the next family comes at this hour. So she has a very big family, but she was telling me that I need to make sure I coordinate everything sui, So our Showers of Love facility has been used not just for dressing and makeup for the departed, but we also have this visitation where family members can spend a couple of hours instead of renting the whole day. So because of the COVID-19, now a lot of families are going for a very small funeral. So what I suggested to them is that they can consider holding a memorial wake on the death anniversary, or maybe depending on how the COVID situation is, even much nearer, could be 3 months, 6 months. A memorial service will allow us to have time to gather stories and then put out together for a memorial service at a place where he or she it can be a pub, it can be a restaurant. The second part that I think is really helpful is writing. With this writing, I find that it really helps a lot of family members, to have certain closure. Voice recording, I find that it's also helpful. You can speak out, and now that we have our handphone, it's easy. That we want to express all the 4 phrases that I'm sorry, I forgive you, I thank you, and I love you. So forgive yourself, be gentle with yourself during this time, because I find that certain things are really not within our control. And I'm sure your loved ones will understand when you're not able to fulfill their wishes, especially if you have children who suddenly deal with the passing of the loved one. Because of this COVID, children are always asked not to attend the funeral wake, and next thing you know is, where is he, where is she? So for kids, you can even talk about using art, even for adults, using art as a way to express their grief. So by doing it and getting them to write a letter, getting them to draw an art, I think that will help a lot of family members to tie through during this period.